Hello everyone, welcome back to Olsen Cafe. Now today we are going to solve a question that is related to angle of depression. Now let's try to understand the question. Yeah, so it says that a yacht, all right, was observed from the top of a cliff, all right, which is 100 meters away, all right, and it has an angle of depression of 28 degrees. Now, an hour later, the same yacht, all right, traveling directly away from the coast. And this time round, it was observed with the angle of depressions of 18 degrees. So this is the angle that we have, which is 18 degrees. And the question asks, how far had the yacht traveled between the observations? So based on the diagram, which means we are supposed to find out this distance d here. Yeah, now so when we take a look at the diagram, so there are a few things that we need to understand. All right, first of all right, we need to read from here. It says this is 100 meters high cliff. Now there's some missing information here, so basically do take a look at this word, all right, whereby the question asks for the vertical cliff. So if it is a vertical cliff, that means I will know that this cliff, it is actually 90 degrees, all right, from the base, all right, from the sea level. Now, so once we have this, all right, the next thing that we want to observe, all right, is that there is actually a pair of parallel lines. So with this, I do know, all right, that by applying alternate angles, I know that this angle here, all right, this will also be equals to 28 degrees. Yeah, and not only that, so similarly I will have the other angle, which is this one over here. This will be 18 degrees. Yeah, now once I have this information, so we can actually ask the question, how can we find D? Now to find D, all we need is, if you are able to observe, I am able to find this distance. Let me call this D1. All right, and if I am able to find another distance, which is here, let me call this D2. So if I take a look at D1, D2, and D, then I will know that to find D, all I need is I simply use D2 minus of D1. Now, how can we proceed to find D2 and D1? All right, so what we are going to do, all right, I'm going to take reference from the first triangle, all right, which is this first triangle over here with 28 degrees. Now, let me do some labeling of the diagram. So let me label this as A, B, C, and D. Now, so what I'm going to do is I am going to start off with the triangle A, B, D. Now, in this case, triangle ABD is a right angle triangle. So therefore, in any given right angle triangle, all we need to do is we can actually apply dua kaso. All right, so let's see which one we will apply. Yeah, so I do have 28 degrees, and to this 28 degrees, I have the opposite side and the adjacent side. So given opposite and adjacent, so therefore, all right, I know that I am able to apply tangent. So with all this, let me put the information. So which means I have tangent 28 degrees, right? This is equals to 100 over D1. Now at this point, all right, this will not give us any marks yet until I am able to manipulate, all right, the next step correctly. So D1 is equals to 100 divided by tangent 28 degrees. All right, so first step is done. Now let's take a look at the second triangle. So the second triangle will help us find D2. So the second triangle that I have here, all right, it will be triangle A, B, and C. All right, so by looking at this triangle, so let me write. So I have in triangle ABC. Now let's see what do we have. So again, I have 18 degrees, and the side that is opposite to 18 degrees is 100, and D2 is again the adjacent side. So therefore, what we have here is again using tangent. So I have tangent 18 degrees is equals to 100 over D2. So I do some manipulation. So I have d2 is equals to 100 over tangent 18 degrees. Yeah, so I already have d1 and I already have d2, and now I am ready to find, all right, the distance d. So let me put all this together. So which means, all right, what we are going to have, all right, is that I'm going to write down, therefore d is equals to d2, which is 100 over tangent 18 degrees, and then minus 100 over tangent 28 degrees. All right, so what I'm going to do is by putting, all right, the values right into the calculator. All right, so I will be able to get this as 307.7684, then this minus of 188.0726. So by doing this, I'm able to work out the answer. All right, this will give us 119.6958. all right, but in the actual answer, right, in the final statement, final answer, we will need to round it off to 3 significant figures. So with 3 significant figures, all right, it will be 1, 2, and 3, and this number here is already more than 5, so I need to carry forward 1. So therefore the final answer that we have here is equals to 120 meters. Yeah, so we are done. So we found, all right, how far the yacht had traveled. Hope you find this useful. All right, I will see in the next video. Bye.